Welcome back YouTube to another video. Basically, I accidentally left the cable in my camera when I was recording this, so it didn't pick up any sound. But all I was saying is that I built a shelf. This shelf took me 15 minutes to build. It's not perfect, it's a bodge job, but it gets the job done. I'm using it to store my supplementations, or supplements, however you want to say it, on that shelf. That is my supplement shelf. Yeah, I went into a bit of a ramble, as you can imagine. I always ramble when I talk in general. I literally woke up, looked at the spare wood at the back of my caravan and thought, what could I do today? I know, build a shelf. So I built a shelf. Here is that shelf. And yeah, let's get to lifting some weights, shall we? I guess after building my shelf, we are building muscles, power and explosiveness, because I've just done a top set of deadlifts, 242.5 kilograms for one set of 3 repetitions. The problem is, and I mean this with no disrespect, so please don't ban me, Pure Gym, but the power bars aren't great in terms of knurling and the way that they spin quite easily, which is not great for a powerlifting style or comp style deadlift. The knurling is soft and the bar does spin quite easily, especially with heavier weights, I've found personally. You could probably Olympic weightlift with this barbell. Whilst still not recommended, you probably could. That's how much it spins when lifting heavier weights. And I'll show you an example of that. And by example, I mean showing you my top set. Now I'm doing some back offsets, 220 kilograms, that's going down for 4 repetitions, and then I am lowering the weight for 2 sets of 6 repetitions. But anyway, let's crack on, shall we? Chalk up. Do the old wavy arm, Flappy Bird technique to dry the chalk. That's a fresh bottle of chalk as well, so there's plenty in there. And the good thing about wearing white is if I get chalk on it, it's hard to notice. I'm quite OCD, so when I get chalk on a black gym outfit, it sends me into fight or flight mode. I become very angry and start throwing dumbbells and barbells around. Obviously I'm joking, that is satire. Someone has just dropped their tripod with their phone on it. That is not good. Have I put the clips on? No. Am I going to put them on? Well, I'm here now, so might as well just forget about it. Forget about it! Yes, this spun. I felt it spin, I saw it spin in my peripheral vision. That is not good. So with deadlifts, they are a very fatiguing movement. They will crush every fiber in your body. They will crush your nervous system. And eventually, if you push past that, if you can push past that, it will crush your soul. So I need to approach deadlifts differently, because I'm approaching deadlifts just like I am approaching the squat or the bench press. Now the bench press, you can handle a bit more volume, a bit more intensity. For me, the squat, I can handle a moderate amount of volume and intensity. But the deadlift, not so much. I would rather keep the volume and intensity lower as opposed to the bench, which is a step up. Sorry, the squat, which is a step up, and then the bench, which is a step up above the squat in terms of how much volume and intensity I can handle. Frequency as well. I mean, I can squat 3 times a week, I can bench 4 times a week, but I can't deadlift any more than 2 times a week. I'll do normal deadlifts, and then I'll do a variation of the deadlift, or the opposite stance deadlift, just to work on all of the other muscles that aren't engaging with the conventional deadlift. So yeah, I mean the straps are out, the thumbs are sore, But no, you know, it would be silly for me to be like, oh no, well, I'll just try, because every time I do try, I end up, you know, oh, my thumbs are sore. They're really sore. It's just a cycle that's ongoing that I need to break. So yes, whilst I did do the top set with a double overhand hook grip and the first back off set with a double overhand hook grip, I will not be doing the last 2 back off sets with a double overhand hook grip, because my thumbs are actually quite sore now. Well, I guess that's what happens when you don't use clips on the end of the barbell. It starts to escape the barbell, which is not what you want, because that'll create imbalances. And you don't want imbalances, because the more imbalances you have, the more risk of injury there is. Huh? Well, I had a clip on that side, but I didn't have a clip on that side, which explains whilst it was falling off that side, and that not, and what? And not that side, yeah. Lovely jubbly. That wraps up today's deadlift session. Now we move on to some power cleans. I'm not too sure what weight I'm going to do, but between, I don't know, whatever I do, we shall see. Why are we doing power cleans? To reinforce the Olympic movements that I want to get good at. It also helps power from the floor. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. Just get on with it. Alright, so power cleans. I mean, I got a bit carried away and I've already done 2 sets of 3, but the last set I did a power jerk and a clean and jerk. This will not be that. This will be focusing on the power jerk. Nope, it won't. The power clean. You see, my ego naturally wants me to put it above my head, but statistically, logically speaking, I need to keep it clean. Powerfully clean. That was powerfully cringy, Ryan. Right. Yep. Oh my God. Don't do it. Don't do it, my boy. You're a bargain. As you can see, I held the under the bar bit before I went up with the bar bit, just to build up some stability. That's it. That's my theory. Think of it like a paused deadlift or a paused squat, building up that stability in that specific part. So the heavier the weight gets, the stronger I will be in that catch position, that clean position. I'll be able to hoist, heave and haul more weight when I want to power clean it as opposed to fully clean it. That's the theory. I'm not doing it one after the other because, well, I just want to take my time. I want to learn the technique, give myself enough time between each rep to fully catch my, not sanity, my, not compensation. I don't know why that word flew through my head. Composure, catch my composure, just like I want to catch the barbell.
Yeah. Give me your hand.
Beautiful. I think I'm gonna give it a bit more patience when I pull. So with a pulling motion, whatever you want to call it, there's a proper word to it. I'm gonna give it a bit more time to ride itself upwards and then activate maximum cleanage. Right in here. Right, mate. No need to give me jip. Right. None of that, please. Yeah, my feet are always uneven. I don't know why. Maybe I got one leg shorter than the other. Give it more time in the extension. No, I pulled the bar to me, so the bar has to stay where it is. I'm not allowed to pull the bar towards me. So reset. Yeah. That'll do for power cleans. Moving on to some close grip bench press. Close grip bench press, something I haven't done for a very long time. Like I said before, I'm just getting back into bench press due to a pec injury. It's just nice to be benching again, regardless of the weight. So let's just crack on and get this workout completed. It's time to rebuild some bench press strength and size. And by size, I mean tricep, chest. But today, tricep, I suppose a little bit of chest. 120 kilos loaded up on the barbell. One more set of that and move on to some accessory exercises. I mean, technically, this is an accessory exercise for the bench press, but I meant like, you know what I meant. All right, now everybody have lat pull downs, rows, and some sort of bicep exercises. So far, deadlifts, power cleans, close grip bench press, and now some lat pull downs, followed by cable rows. Okay. Yep. 79 kilos. That is the plate I have loaded, or 175 pounds. And I didn't load it. I just put a pin through it. So did I load it or did the pin? Now, out of all of the exercises I could do, I do this one specifically because it's great for building up all of the stabilizers in the upper back. I could do, say, a high to low cable thingamabobby row, which would target the lat specifically, but that's not what I want to do. I want to target the entirety of the picture as opposed to just one part. I want to work on all the stabilizers, so when I'm deadlifting, benching, or even squatting, those stabilizers are going to help me through the movement. Deadlifting, benching, squatting, doesn't matter what you do, you're still holding the bar when you squat. And it translates over to these exercises. That's why I do the exercises I do. Yep. 3 sets of 8 repetitions with 79 kilos. That last set anyway was pretty much failure. I call it failure, not when I'm all the way up here, I can only do that, but when I can't get past a certain point. So I like to get just below the chin with these. I like to get as low as I possibly can, but anything above the chin is failure to me. Now you could do partial reps to squeeze out some more intensity, but I would rather wait a little bit more longer and do an extra set. I want to go through the full range of motion to get the full bang for my buck. I'm just a range of motion boffin, a range of motion nerd. I want full range of motion, not partial range of motion. That's just the way I like it. Let's move on. We're going to try out this. This is the diverted? It's not diverted, it's diverging seated row. Usually I do the cable row, but today I'm doing this, the diverging row, that I'm going to divert myself to by turning myself around. U-turn to the machine, to the hoisting, holding and heaving of said weight. And that said weight is 59 kilograms. I feel like having some sort of chest supported row would be a bit better for me to isolate the muscles that I want, as opposed to a cable row where I feel like too much gets involved with a cable row. I'm going to program this in for, I don't know, 6 weeks, maybe 9. I might do the full 3 blocks with this exercise and see what happens. I could probably go a couple plates up. So like I said, 59 right now, go up to 73. Pull the seat out by 1 pin. That way I can get a bit more of a stretch, because I'm touching the plates at the very end of the stretch. I don't want to touch the plates, I want to have constant tension. And I'm only going to get that if those plates don't touch. So I didn't go up 2 plates, I went up 1 plate, and then I'll go up to the next plate, depending on how this feels. Got to be smart about it, because I'm not used to this exercise. It'd be silly for me to overload it way too much than I can handle. You see, it was a good idea that I didn't go to 77. And by 77, I mean 73. And that I went 1 plate up as opposed to 2, because that was hard. Put it up to 73 kilos and just do a set till failure to absolutely obliterate my lat or lats and middle back or middle backs. To be fair, I probably benefit from using straps on this one, because the rubber grips are so rubbery, they're very slippery, but whatever. Again, I could do partials, but I just don't see the point. So we have 49 kilograms on the barbell. I don't know why they decided to manufacture a barbell 1 kilo less than 10. They could have easily added an extra kilo to the barbell, but they chose not to, and it bugs me, but it doesn't matter. I'm doing 3 sets of this for 8 repetitions each, pretty much to failure. I'm taking most of my accessories, if not all of my accessories, to failure now. with maybe one left in the tank at most, because I just want to hammer those body parts. I've never really done that before, so I'd like to experiment with that. I usually leave like 2 to 3 reps in the tank, and I didn't really see a lot of growth from that. Lo and behold, who would have thought? Surprise, surprise. Now I'm just going to absolutely blitz each accessory exercise. Oh my God, I can't speak. But let's just smash this out, shall we, before I lose the plot. I'm hungry, that's what it is. That's what I'm blaming it on. Fucking no. Goddamn alarm, you cunt. I'm not fucking having it, Clarence. Clarence the alarm clock. I'm gonna go skits if you do that again. I swear to God. I mean, I haven't really done this exercise for a long time, so I am weaker. And whilst it does feel good to struggle, it doesn't feel good to struggle with a weight. I used to be able to do 3 sets of 8 with like, I don't know, 1 in the tank at the end. It looks to me like the next set I'll only get about 6 to 7 out, but it doesn't matter. These bad boys will regain their strength and size in no time. Do you have a fucking license for those guns? No, I fucking don't, you cunt. Of course I fucking don't. These are freshly grown out of the greenhouse in the back of my garden. Yummy. Oi. Oh yeah. Yeah, buddy. Whew. Lightweight. Nothing but a peanut. Although saying that, this was quite a few peanuts